Hey guys, Dislitter Magic here, and I've got the craziest story for you. This is 100% true and 100% complete and utter madness. Insanity. This is probably the biggest story time with Des I've ever done ever. So, if you follow really weird news, you've probably heard that Alexander Vinnik has been arrested in Greece, which is good because if you've been following Storytime with Desolators, he cost me a lot of damn money. Now here's the thing, I didn't know that it was him. And it's a roundabout way and it's still, he said, she said, did he really do this? Was he really involved in that? So-and-so, whatever. But this gets wild. I was going to give all the details and then throw in the craziness at the end like some douchebag YouTuber, but I'm just going to dump it all on you up front. Then I'll actually explain it. So, little bit of background though. He was hiding out in Greece. I think he knew that the feds were after him. Well, the feds, the interfeds. Yeah, those guys. And that's why he wasn't in Russia, even though he's Russian. And he was the owner and operator of BTC-E, one of the biggest, most longest running, I'd say respected, but that's a little generous, Bitcoin to US dollar exchanges. And honestly, it was like Bitcoins to like yen and like euros and like Litecoins. I mean, they had a whole bunch of different exchanges. So what kind of volume we looking at here? $4 billion. $4 billion. I don't know if that's the total amount that BTC-E handled ever, or if that's just the amount that they suspect is like laundered from criminal agencies. But yeah, he was basically just arrested for dumping off money into people's bank accounts without verifying their identity. I mean, that's the simplest way I can put it. Oh, but then it gets deeper from there. So he was almost definitely involved. Well, he was definitely involved. It's just, was he behind it? The big hack of Mt. Gox, which was at the time in like 2012, around there, might have happened in 2011. It was like the biggest exchange in all of Bitcoins. It was like 85% of the market, like total. So when they got hacked and lost almost all of their funds or whatever it was, everybody suspected that the CEO might have had something to do with it. And he's a complete douchebag. He's a terrible person. He almost definitely was like embezzling money or something, or misusing funds, or something was going on with that. I didn't follow it too much because I was just disgusted by all of it. By the way, funny story. Mt. Gox was the Magic the Gathering online exchange originally, which was a site where you could basically exchange Magic the Gathering cards online, and then they, never launched it or stopped using it for that, and then sold the domain to some Japanese guy who I think was actually an American or whatever, and then he made it into a Bitcoin exchange, because, of course. He actually might have operated it as Mt. Gox and just said, I don't want to pay $9 for another domain registration. I mean, really? So, funny little coincidence there, but it goes deeper. I assure you, the weird is going to get cranked up to about 9,001. I'm worried. I cannot tell this story without you guys thinking I'm making it up, but I assure you this is 100% true. So, let's start at the beginning. Okay, BTC-E is a site. It's Russian. Nobody trusts it. Everybody uses Mt. Gox and TradeHill. Cool. So, this douchebag either helps hack Mt. Gox and steal a ton of money from it, or at the very least, knowingly received the funds that were stolen from Mt. Gox and basically helped launder them knowingly. Because, it was 800,000 Bitcoins, or as I like to call it, most of them. Like, literally, it was like a good double-digit percentage of all Bitcoins that existed in the world. That's like breaking into every single country's version of Fort Knox on Earth, stealing all the gold, but then just leaving individual jewelry stores. Like, that would be the scale of what was stolen. It was worth $400 million at the time, and I think right now it's worth well over $1 billion, or, like retro-future-actively would be. So out of the 800,000, 530,000 ended up passing through wallets controlled by Vinnik. So can't really miss that. You don't just sign up for a BTC account and then deposit 530,000 Bitcoins. That wouldn't set off any red flags. So nobody knows if he's just like, oh, that's weird. I'm sure that's not the stolen money from Mt. Gox. Let's just sell that for US dollars. So back in the day, there was Trade Hill, which was American. I think they were bigger than MT Gox, probably. It was run out of California, and this was before the U.S. government gave a crap about Bitcoins to an extent. Although, evidently they did. But they weren't considered like a real currency or an asset. It's like if you sell World of Warcraft gold to each other, you ain't gonna pay taxes on it. Well, maybe the income, but not like, oh, my 1 trillion. I don't play the game. Gold coins, we'll say, in World of Warcraft are worth this. Oh, but their valuation went up 10%. I better pay capital gains. No, it's not considered an asset. Well, Bitcoins weren't either. Until they hit the volume where they would be required to have some kind of permit or some kind of FTC oversight or SEC or something like that. Boom! The day they hit it. Literally the day they hit that volume, they shut them down and the feds raided the facility and just Trade Hill was dead. I lost 40 Bitcoins in that operation, and it looks like Vinnick may have had something to do with it. I've heard rumors that he secretly owned Trade Hill. I heard that he had something to do with Trade Hill getting shut down. Either way, somehow it was maybe partially his fault. Okay, I don't even want to get out this calculator, but let's play how much did Desolator lose in that deal in today's money? Oh, lower than I thought. $138,640 US dollars currently. That's actually not as big of a chunk as of the 1.21 million that I thought. If you're not familiar with the last story, I lost $1.21 million on Bitcoins. Funny story. If you type in 40 BTC to USD into Google, it gives you the answer, but then the third result is man buys $27 of Bitcoin, forgets about them, finds out now they're worth ... I don't even give a Don't tell me the answer. Oh God, I clicked on it. $886,000. Well, I guess Lady Luck turned around, kicked me in the nuts, turned back around, and gave him a friggin' delivery of flowers and a cookie bouquet. I'm happy for ya. Really. Really, I am. Not even messing around, I decided to get back into Bitcoins, okay? Which, because, how can I lose $1.21 million twice, right? The funny thing is that's not how it happened. The actual timeline is I lost 40 Bitcoins at Trade Hill. I got 45 Bitcoins out of MT Gox because you keep them in 2 different locations if you're not an idiot. And sold them at a miserably low price, and then 14 months later, I cost myself like 300 grand. If I would have held them for just a year, I would have had like $250,000. Instead, I used the money to help open my shop, buy furniture specifically, and right now I'd rather have the $250,000 than my garbage furniture that I got at a bankruptcy auction from another place. I'm not saying they're not nice tables, but they're not like 50 grand a piece nice. We've actually come full circle now because I have a Bitcoin mining rig, like a total supercomputer, running on those tables. And the third time, I had half a Bitcoin left in a wallet by an accident, and I bought around, I think, like 30,000 Litecoins with it when they very first came out, and then that exchange ran off and stole my money. I swear to God, if Vinnick had something to do with that, I am going to find him myself. Oh, because I lost $900,000 minimum with that. And that's if I would have sold them after 14 months, not current. Current, it's about $3 million. So I actually lost tons of money 3 separate times. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get back into Bitcoin mining because Ethereum is profitable. And one of the former interns at my shop set up a huge Bitcoin mining thingy. What do you call it? A mine, I guess, a crypto mine. He's running like, 50 to 100 like RX 580s that somehow he summoned from the Aether because God knows they don't exist anymore. And, they're probably making a couple $1,000s a month easy running that. And I think they're on industrial electricity too. He like really knows what he's talking about. And of course, I'm the one who introduced him to Bitcoins as far as I know. So just keep getting kicked right in the nuts by Bitcoins. He bought those at the exact right time. I am pissed. Although my Sapphire 5830s were bought at exactly the last second too. So whatever. That was way back in the day. So I thought, okay, cool. Let's, just pool everything, get it all in one location, update my wallet, download the blockchain. Okay, let's get it all going again, plug back into the network. So I drained out my remaining funds of BTC-E, which were, somewhat significant. I mean, because Bitcoin's went up a lot. So I owned, $200 at least still on the exchange, something like that. And it turns out that when I sold my ASICs, which I had ASICs running like, a year and a half ago, and then I actually sold them to Fireman, which is hilarious because he just didn't tell his mom about the electricity, which is a good way to not lose money on electricity. She got kind of pissed and he had to sell it, but he mined a lot of Bitcoins, or a lot of fractions of a Bitcoin, and then he just left them in the BTC-E account after he bought a game on Steam. Now, this is when they were like $600 to $1,000, I think, or something like that. So now Bitcoins are like 3,300 a piece, so just like a week before BTC-E was shut down, I got $78 worth of Bitcoins out of his account to buy them off of him so that I could use 100% Bitcoins to buy another graphics card on Newegg, because you can't partially pay with Bitcoins. If they would have still been in his account, that would have been lost forever, because I guarantee nobody from BTC-E is getting their money back. So you guys remember Fireman from a couple videos? Well, you probably don't. He's Nala's owner, so now you probably remember him. So just think of all of the dog treats that he could buy for Nala with $78. So that is like Matrix level dodging a bullet. I mean, there's dodging a bullet, and then there's like, damn, I almost got caught up in a $4 billion money laundering Russian disaster. By the way, personally, I almost got involved in quite the interesting scenario, but that's for a different story. The short version is I was almost accidentally a coder for the Silk Road. Almost. I cannot stress that enough. Almost. FBI that's probably listening to this. And guess what? Close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and not criminal prosecutions. Yes, this story is basically about a Russian guy, me, Bitcoins, and Nala. Whenever Nala and $4 billion money laundering Russian websites go together in the same story, you know it's an epic story. So thumbs up for that one. So now the whole thing about BTC-E, because it probably sounds like, okay, this guy, yeah, he knowingly took stolen funds and whatever, he was a dick, but they're shutting him down just because he didn't like comply with banking secrecy acts. Well, I guess you have to like comply with them so that you, I don't know, like if you're a Russian and you're wiring money internationally into US bank accounts, you have to comply with US banking laws, which is stupid because you're a Russian citizen, but whatever. So he just wasn't like collecting people's photos and IDs and reporting to the IRS and crap. And honestly, if you're wiring money to like 250 different countries, who's going to take the time to comply with all their stupid laws? I mean, that's just stupid. So I was like, oh, I feel bad for this guy, until I found out that he personally lost me a good fraction of $1 million. Now he can go straight to hell as far as I'm concerned. I mean, in fact, I dodged a bullet, Fireman dodged a bullet, everybody dodged a bullet, and all of them were fired by this douchebag. But if you're thinking, oh, okay, well, you know, what's going on with that? That's just unfair. You know, he just wanted people to have privacy. That's the whole thing about, like, the whole Bitcoin network, kind of. No, I mean, their fees were always a little high, like the interchange fees and the, like, I'm selling Bitcoins for US dollars. Those fees were moderate. I mean, if you're running $100, you wouldn't even care. It's a couple cents. But if you're running, like, $1 million, there wasn't really a floor to it as far as I know. Like, you'll just get charged a straight up percent, and they were pocketing a lot of money. I mean, hello, $4 billion. But where they really killed it was, it would cost me about $110, $105 or something like that, grand total, to do an international wire transfer into my account. And everybody on every forum and everywhere was like, that seems high to me. You know, there's this website that's way cheaper and this one that's way cheaper. And everybody just, you know, chalked it up to, oh, he's Russian. He had US bank accounts. Okay, this is ridiculous. Like, right now, Kraken is from, I don't know, England or Luxembourg or somewhere that ain't America. But if I want money, I get it from their American bank. Do a domestic wire transfer. It costs $5. And then my bank charges like freaking triple that because they're a bunch of dicks. But everybody was suspicious that if you're specifically wiring money out of their account, it costs so flippin' much. And it's because he knew damn well that they were charging a premium because it was all criminals. I mean, it wasn't all criminals. Some people just, like me, just wanted some damn privacy. I report every last bit of income that I make on Bitcoins straight into my QuickBooks file for my LLC. It is income. I pay taxes on it. But that doesn't mean that I want, you know, a scan of my ID and a photo of me and my social security number and all this crap out on a website that clearly could get hacked. So, Kraken, don't get hacked. But no, this guy was just like, I know criminals will come here, so until I get busted, which will never happen because I'm hiding in Greece, I'm just going to keep operating that way and pocketing ridiculous fees from, you know, drug dealers and people running ransomware viruses that, you know, people pay with Bitcoins and all that other crap. So here's the thing. Okay, so the money from MT Gox that was stolen bounced around, but then ended up finally in what appears to be a wallet file or account exclusively owned by Vinnick. So pretty sure he stole the damn coins. Here's the funny thing. A little bit of tracking says that he also was responsible for stealing coins from Bitcoinica and Bitfloor and other thefts. I mean, that's like OG 2011 thefts. That's like almost crashed the Bitcoin network. Oh, look, they're worth a penny. I'm going to buy a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins level bad. Yeah, that happened. I feel bad for that guy, but I've been there. At this point, I think I've lost about the same amount he has. So, yeah. So this guy's going to go away for a long time, except not really, because he has, no joke, stolen money from just about every criminal that exists. I mean, if a criminal touched Bitcoins, he stole money from them, because it wasn't just legitimate users of Bitcoins that lost money on Trade Hill and MTGOX and Bitfloor and all these other places. It was criminals too. It was massive drug dealers who had millions of dollars in Bitcoins. So he wasn't just like, oh, he's caught up in some Banking Secrecy Act crap, so unfair for him, I don't blame him. No, he stole the money. I mean, that's what it looks like. You guys ever see that really crappy movie? It's like an action movie where like 50 different assassins and mercenaries are hired to like kill some guy at the top floor of some hotel because he's gonna, I don't know, like testify in court against some people. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen to this guy. Like, you don't lose some Colombian drug lord like $10 million and then he's just like, oh, you're good. No, I don't think so. So because people totally didn't see red flags at all with BTC-E, they handled a mere 5% of total Bitcoin transactions. I assume they don't mean literal transactions, they mean exchange transactions. Oh, but 95% of ransomware cash outs happened through the platform, and he was more than happy to provide a bank wire to probably Islamic terrorists. And this is after he stole 530,000 Bitcoins from MTGOX. I mean, that's worth, I don't even know, and I don't want to check. Boy, I mean, if I had 100 grand, I would find a way to retire on it, okay? There's an amount that's enough, and I don't think this guy knows what the word enough means, and not just because he probably doesn't speak English. So I told Fireman that he very barely dodged a bullet through completely my own doing, because I'm the one who messaged him. I'm like, hey, I need Bitcoins. Can I buy yours? You got some in your exchange account, which I knew the password for because I set it up. Can I dump them off to my wallet and I'll pay you cash? He's like, yeah, I'll be right down. Brings Nala. She's all like, I like money. Seriously, Nala likes money. She will try to eat money. Do not put dollar bills in front of her. She will also just about take your fingers off if you hold out a French fry. She has very poor depth perception. But then his response was like, oh yeah, but see, I could have sold it like 2 weeks later for, I'm like, first of frickin' all, don't talk to me about I could have sold it for, and then I don't care what the rest of that sentence is, because yeah, I could have sold my Litecoins and Bitcoins for a little bit of money. And secondly, BTC-E is offline. It was like 5 days later. In fact, I even sold his name coins too that were co-mined. I zeroed both of our accounts and just put it into a private wallet where I actually trust it because it's encrypted and backed up on my own system. So this guy was an absolutely terrible person. He hacked the former Magic the Gathering online exchange, which is just the weirdest part of the story. He was responsible for losing me, well, depending upon how you look at it and what he exactly did, a buttload of money. And I hope he goes to jail forever if somebody shoots him. I really sincerely do. By the way, if you don't trust Bitcoins at all, good, you shouldn't. You might want to stick to fiat currency. Oh, and by the way, forgot to mention this. If this Russian guy was also involved in Liberty Reserve, I swear I'm gonna lose my damn mind. Anyway, you could stick to what they call fiat currency, which is, I don't remember the definition, but basically US dollars. Wait. I have technology. What is fiat currency? Oh, just government-backed money. So in other words, money. Well, more importantly, it's not backed by a physical commodity, so it's not like a bank note for gold or whatever. It's just, hey, this is the currency we use. It's not backed by anything, but everybody agrees that this is what we use, and there you go, USD, yay. I have a fantastic way to deal with money. This is the worst segue ever. My new sort of sponsor, but not really, is Discover Card. I actually went specifically to them to see if there was some kind of sponsorship program, and they pointed me towards some kind of PFP program, basically. So they're not like formally sponsoring me or paying me anything, but that is a referral link down in the description, and I do get paid if you sign up. So please do. I need the money. I lost $1.21 damn million. Just sign up for the damn Discover Card, for God's sake. But if you need slightly more logical convincing, It's like, why would you own a Visa or MasterCard? Just why? They're boring, they're stupid, their features suck, their support sucks. I hate mine. I have multiple credit cards. I'm not thrilled with the programs on any of them. Visa is like the super slim down, we're going to give you next to nothing, just blah everyman card, and vendors like them because they cost a little tiny bit less to run. Discover's like the, hey, for this whole quarter, get 5% cash back on this category. Sweet deal. No joke. I'm not even kidding you. I ran all of my business expenses through my Discover card a couple years ago for the whole entire quarter around Christmas. I got $1,100 cash back from the 5% cash back program. All those stupid little rinky-dink crap Visa cards that are like, oh, have 1% cash back. If you spend $1,000, you get $10. Who gives a crap? In Wisconsin, sales tax is 5%. I mean, come on. 1% is nothing. 5% is what I'm talking about. They have all kinds of perks. You log in, like, right now to my Discover account, which, no, don't. It's mine. But if I log into my Discover account, I can just check my credit score instantly. Which, by the way, it's over 800 because I'm a responsible adult. Normally, I'd have to pay money to find that out more than once a year, but it's just right there. You can log in, check it whenever you want. Straight up. They also have, like, I wouldn't say LifeLock quality anti-fraud, but pretty damn close to it, where they will, for free, just, oh, you have a Discover card, done. No minimum purchase, nothing. Just, hey, somebody tried to use your social for this, or tried to get a loan there, or tried to do this. Is that really you? And they'll call you, and boom, you're notified instantly. Who the hell does that? I mean, what does Visa give you? Some miles, which are just a reduced 1% cash back, let's be perfectly honest. Seriously, look it up. It's actually, in most cases, more beneficial to just take the 1% cash back and pay cash for the plane ticket that you're never going to be able to afford anyway. I mean, I had a question about my Discover card, and I called up, and boom, person. They speak perfect English. They speak better English than I did. Like, they are not messing around. So you're probably thinking, oh, but it's just like Amex, where they charge a ridiculously absurd monthly fee. Or actually, annual fee. Well, I've seen both. Nope, zero. So let me put it this way. Visa or MasterCard, inferior product with less perks, less features, and honestly probably a worse interest rate, or Discover for the exact same price of zero, and you get all these perks and free money and cash back and it's everything. I think they even give me like car rental insurance or something. It's very unusual, the perks that you get. It's not like, oh, this month you didn't spend $1,000, so we're revoking all these privileges and knocking you down to bronze tier. No, it's just you have a Discover card. Done. I think the actual requirement is you make one purchase of any size per year. I believe that's what it is. Well, look at the terms. I mean, you can look what they got going on. They got all kinds of different stuff. They got like, student specialized cards and everyday cards and whatever. Right now, just in time for the NFL season, I'm getting 5% cash back at restaurants, but a couple other times it was like gas stations, grocery stores, wholesale clubs like Sam's Club and Costco. Oh, by the way, got a little special deal for everybody. If you sign up with that link right there, you will get, if you get approved for the Discover card and then make any purchase of any size within, I think, the first 90 days or something like that, you get $50 cash back. I know you do because I did, and that was like years ago. They've been running the promo forever. I mean, that's better than a bank account. I mean, for real. Like, if you open a bank account at my bank, I think you get $50 and then, like, the person you referred gets $50 or something like that. But only if they, like, have this many direct deposits and this, that, and then they have to do this and keep the account open for 6 months, blah, 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 minimum balance and good standing and... Nah, just sign up for the Discover card, free $50, done. Hell, make it your emergency card. Make it the one that you keep in your car in case you forgot your wallet and now you gotta pay for something at the gas station. You get all the perks, it costs zero, there's never any annual fee. I mean, just look at the terms for yourself. It's the better credit card. It is just plain better than Visa. I had a $18,000 limit Visa Platinum card, and I ditched it to get my Discover card because it just is better. So that's why, like I said, I reached out to Discover and said, would you mind if I like hyped up your card and then put the referral link in a YouTube video and sort of it was a sponsored video kind of. I mean, it like isn't by the legal definition, but you get it. And they were like, yeah, go for it. So yeah, I'd very appreciate it because I get paid a lot of money if you guys sign up. I need a lot of money right now because money is a bit of a problem in the last couple months. And, unlike YouTube Red and Patreon and Teespring, it doesn't cost you a damn thing. By the way, they actually had a deal back in the day where if you went to Tiger Direct, you got like 10% cash back on your first purchase. I was like, holy crap, dude, you gotta be kidding me. So I did it. I got a huge amount back on some upgrades for my computer. I mean, it's worth getting the Discover card just to see it. But anyway, before this becomes a complete infomercial, check out the terms. Any questions you got, I could probably answer them. Otherwise, their support and sales is amazing. And in my experience, if you want to like get approved for pretty much any credit card in general, just about any credit score above like 650 will do it. So yeah, don't worry about getting approved. You probably will, unless you're a terribly irresponsible person or got crushing medical debts or something. So check that out and watch in the near future for the mother of all Bitcoin mining rigs. This is the biggest, almost baddest rig that can be built. I'm still building a frame to hold it, but this is going to be a pretty damn epic video. I guarantee you've never seen anything like this, unless you've seen pretty much every other mining rig that's professional ever, then you have. But still, if you've just seen desktop computers, you are going to lose your damn mind when you see this thing. It is insane. Oh, FYI, I bought the graphics cards with my Discover card, and I got a boatload of cash back. So hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss that in the future, and I will see you guys next video.